What's up people, it's your boy Props, returning with another YouTube video. Sorry for going away for so long again, but I think I've finally realised what my issue is with this whole YouTube thing. I'm making videos that I'm not really that interested in, like I'm making stupid videos about Ruby Rube and Logan Paul. I don't give a shit, not gonna lie. If I make a video that I'm interested in, I feel like I'll be excited to go and record it and edit it, so, you know, this video, when this idea came, boom, I wanted to do it straight away. And considering how much I fucking love Linkin Park, I've said it before in a few videos, cut some clips of me saying I like Linkin Park. Life has been dominated by Linkin Park, Despicable Me, and crying myself to sleep. If I make videos on topics I'm more interested in, then I feel like I will release more videos, you know. And so doing one on Linkin Park is definitely going to be interesting, and doing one on music production is definitely going to be interesting, and doing one on Despicable Me will definitely be interesting as well. So this is going to be videos of me talking about stuff I like, and yeah, it's going to be good. So yeah, today is going to be the first episode in a 7-part series where I'm going to go through every song on every Linkin Park album and I'll give you my opinion on it. So I'm going to start with Hybrid Theory and go all the way through until One More Light, and yeah, it's going to be pretty damn cool. I'm really excited. We're also going to talk about all the tracks and like the deluxe editions. We might even talk about some of the underground albums, maybe Reanimation. We'll have to see what happens. I'm really excited for this. Of course, it has to be said at one point that, you know, last year Chester Bennington did pass away, unfortunately. It really sucked, and it really surprised me when I heard it. I've been listening to Linkin Park since I've been 7 years old. I've not really become like a proper crazy fan about it until last year, but like I've been listening to them many different songs for years now. They're a brilliant band in my opinion. You know, they're one of the best bands ever, if not the best band ever in my opinion. And I'm so insanely excited to go through every album that I've been buzzing to make this video. It's gonna be so cool. I've been wanting to make this series now for a long time, but it's only really come up now that I've decided that my content needs to take a bit of a change. Of course, like my content has taken so many changes over the past like few months. Since July, I feel like my content has taken a massive change because my personality has taken a massive change as well. Of course, I've been integrating music onto the channel as well. I want to thank people for the support I've got on the music as well. Like, I've received a lot of really positive messages about it. I'm planning a full album to make as well, so it's gonna be sick. I'm so excited. I can't wait to share that with you. But I've also done massive changes on the channel, such as, you know, moving to standing up in the videos. So moving from this little place where I sit down to standing up. But today I've returned to sitting down because I feel like if we're just gonna be sitting here talking, it has to be more of a chill video, and if I'm standing up, it's not gonna be really chilled. So yeah, sitting down here and talking about things, I'm really excited for it. So from now on, instead of doing videos where I'm gonna just do things that might get views or do things that I've been asked to do, I'm just gonna do what I want to do, because this is my YouTube channel in the end of the day, so I can do whatever I want to do. And yeah, I feel like this series could be really entertaining, so yeah. So as I said, we're going to go through each track and I'm going to talk about them, say whether or not I like it. I pretty much like every single Linkin Park song, so chances are I'm going to like it. I'm not too sure how long this video is going to be. I've talked a lot, really a lot at the beginning of this video, so apologies if I'm like really fucking boring you. But I do want to go in depth on a lot of these songs, so this could be a 20-minute video, I'm not too sure. Enough chatting bollocks, let's just get into this. It's like a paranoid looking over my back. It's like a whirlwind inside of my head. It's like I can't stop what I'm hearing within. Alright, so the first track on the album is Papercut, and banger. There's one word for it. I know Papercut is a fan favourite amongst like loads of different Linkin Park fans, and it's definitely a good one in my book. It's the first track on the album, and it's also the first single on the album as well, and it definitely deserves its place as a single because it's a brilliant song. It's definitely one of their classics. Like, I've known Papercut for a long time. You know, it's not one that I found like last year when I really got into the band and really started going through all of the music. I've known Papercut for years. It's definitely one of their classics. It's got like over 100 million views on YouTube, I think. It's a really popular song. And yeah, Papercut is awesome. The music video is also mental. I think Rob, was it? It was Face Melts. I think it was Rob who was Face Melt. I can't remember. Let's check actually. I want to see if it is in fact Rob's face who melts. Yeah, it is Rob. It's a mental scene. So yeah, the album starts off pretty strongly with Papercut. It's definitely one of my favourites, and yeah, awesome song. Everything you say to me takes me one step closer to the edge, and I'm about to break. I need a little room to breathe, 'cause I'm one step closer to the edge. Alright, so the next track on the album is One Step Closer, and this is one when it's like, it's very popular for me. I feel like this is one of the first songs I heard from them. and it's definitely a tune. But the thing is, it wouldn't rank that high on my all-time favourites list because I feel like it's being overplayed a little bit too much now. Not to say I don't like it, I love One Step Closer. It's an absolute banger of a song. It's another one of their singles, and it's definitely, we won't talk about the music video. I don't think Mike will like it if I talk about the music video. It's definitely a brilliant song. I really love it when Chester screams "shut up" like over and over and over during the song as well. I think it's so good. It's so good. I love it. But like I said, this is one song I've been listening to for literal years. Like I think I first heard this one when I was 10, and I don't listen to it as much as I listen to many of the other songs in Hybrid Theory. I do listen to it quite a bit, but not as much as some of the other songs in Hybrid Theory, so yeah, One Step Closer isn't like a massive one to me, but it's still an awesome song. Love it. Yeah, One Step Closer, defo tune. It's true, the way I feel was promised by your face. Alright, so the next track on the album is With You, and I fucking love this song. With You is definitely one of my favourites from the album. It's so fucking good. I don't know what it is, it's just so fucking good. Like if I'm in the mood for something heavy from Linkin Park, boom, With You is like one of the first ones I'll put on. Definitely recommend listening to it if you're like a fan of heavy metal music. It's so good. Like, the fact is as well, like it starts off with like a kind of like an aggressive low tune, then boom, straight away the guitar's like fuck you up. It's so fucking good. Love that song. And it's the perfect combination of Mike rapping, Chester screaming. Such a great song. With You is definitely up there in like my top 10 Linkin Park songs. Absolute fucking banger. The next track on the album is Points of Authority, and brilliant song. I know my dad loves that song a lot. It's definitely a great song. The song has more relatable lyrics for me. That's one about like maybe not wanting to be controlled. I think it is anyway. I think that's its meaning. That's what I took from it anyway. From when I listened to those lyrics, I thought, oh, okay, this is a song about not wanting to be controlled. Like you know, hence the name Points of Authority. It's definitely a tune. Definitely one I'd listen to quite a lot. But the thing is, I wouldn't rate it higher than With You. I think so far, With You is the best song on the album. But Points of Authority, definitely a great song. I definitely put it above One Step Closer. Not too sure I put it above Papercut. I know this is also a fan favourite song, so you know, yeah, it definitely deserves its place as a fan favourite song. It's a tune, yeah, awesome. Crawling in my skin, these wounds, they will not heal. Alright, so now we move on to like one of the most popular songs like out of the bunch, Crawling. Like you've got to be living under a rock for the past like 18 years if you haven't heard of Crawling. It's got over 200 mil views on YouTube. It's kind of a meme song at this point, and maybe it's become such a meme song that the actual song isn't really special to me anymore. It's definitely one of their most iconic songs. It's one of the first songs I heard from them. I remember listening to Crawling on my really old phone, like proper old phone. And oh my god, I used to love it. Sometime last year I really got into music properly, but before then I wasn't that much of a music. Like I'd listen to music occasionally, but it wasn't something I did religiously like I do now. Like I don't know what I'd be without music right now, but like back then I wasn't that big person on music. But Crawling was so good that I would still listen to that like for a long time, every night. It kind of deteriorated around 2013 and I stopped listening to Crawling. Like it'd been ages and stopped listening to Crawling. Then of course when I got into the band properly last year, Crawling, yeah, listening to that quite a bit again. But like I said, like it was one where there were so many other songs I was finding that were just as good or even better than Crawling, and so it wasn't one that I go to a lot. So yeah, Crawling isn't that big of a one to me, but when I say that, Crawling live is absolutely amazing. Like they released like a little Crawling live music video on the One More Light live album they did after like in December after Chester passed, and it was so good. Like it's like an emotional version of Crawling, and it's kind of sung like much more emotionally. It's really really good, and it kind of shows what the lyrics of Crawling is definitely something that maybe the heavy metal music kind of hides. Like you kind of realise some of those lyrics are like properly intense lyrics, and yeah, it's a brilliant song. I'm not taking anything away from it. Crawling is a brilliant song, but just like One Step Closer, maybe it's been a bit overplayed for me to the fact where it might crack my top 30, but it wouldn't get anywhere near the top 10. I wanna run
say goodbye. I wanna know the truth instead of wondering why. I wanna know.
So the next track is Runaway. This one is one that I feel a lot of fans aren't that into, but I love Runaway so much. Runaway starts off with like these really distorted guitars, and it sounds a bit dodgy at first. Like, I remember when I first listened to Runaway and I listened to his distorted guitars, I thought, oh my god, this is a really low quality version of this. What's going on here? But then I realised, oh wait, this is the version they released on the Linkin Park YouTube channel. So this version can't be low quality. And then boom, the guitars came in, and then it goes back into like proper good quality. I was like, oh right, okay, so that's a strange choice, but I want no problem with that. And now Runaway is awesome. Like, it's such a good song. Maybe my one problem with Runaway is the fact that Mike isn't in it that much. I think he says, "You point the finger at me again." He says that, and then Chester says "guilty by association," and he says it again. And then that's it. That's all you hear of Mike. Maybe if he had like a proper rap verse in this song, it would definitely be a much more appreciated one amongst fans. But yeah, I don't feel there wasn't enough Mike in it. But to me, that doesn't really matter because Chester's vocal performance in it is so good. It would definitely be up there. I think it would crack my top 20, maybe not top 10, but I feel like Runaway is a bit underappreciated. It's amazing to me.
I ask why. What in my mind I can't rely on myself. I ask why. What in my mind I can't rely on myself.
So up next after that is By Myself, which is a song that I feel not many fans talk about, but it's a banger. The song is majority of Mike rapping, and then Chess just comes in with myself, like so loud. It's so good. And then it's him going, I can't hold on, and it's it. Oh, I love By Myself so much. I think my childhood self would have loved that, but I didn't find that until recently. And I say recently, it's been like a fair few months since I found it, but yeah, By Myself is a tune. I don't think it would crack my top 20 because it's not like that much of a unique song and something that would something I go to quite a lot, but it's definitely a good one. And it's not, I said, like, there's no songs on Hybrid Theory that I don't like, right? I want to make that clear. By Myself isn't something special to me. It's definitely still a good song. I feel it should be talked about a bit more, but yeah, yeah.
I tried so hard and got so far, but in the end, it doesn't even matter.
So now we get on to the other more classic ones. I think the music video's got over 500 million views on YouTube. It was one of the most popular rock songs of the 2000s in the end. Some people believe it's overplayed. It probably is overplayed, but I still love it. Like, I've been listening to that song for years. Like, this is one of the very first ones I ever heard. I remember listening to this first on holiday. My cousin showed me it on his iPod. It's a very vague memory of it, but I remember listening to In the End, What I've Done, and I think that might have been it. And Numb as well. But In the End was one that struck out to me. I felt like that was my favourite one out of the three, and In the End has definitely like been one that I've gone to a lot. That was another one of the songs I listened to every single night along with Crawling when I was like 12, and it was just, oh god, so good. Mike's rapping is so insanely good in it. It's like a perfect combination of Mike and Chester in it. It's just brilliant. And I mean, if you haven't heard this song, then what? Like, I'm shocked because it's so insanely popular. I mean, even if you're not into that kind of type of music, you must have heard it at some point because it's a very, 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 very popular song. I think In the End would definitely get its position amongst the top 15 songs of Linkin Park. It's one that definitely stands out on Hybrid Theory for me. It's slightly different to the rest of them. I feel like this is a bit softer than the other songs on Hybrid Theory, but it's definitely rock-like. There's much else to say about that. In the End is awesome.
I wanna be in another place. I hate when you say you don't understand. I wanna be in the end.
So next is a song that the fans love, but maybe isn't so special to me, and that's A Place for My Head. Again, there isn't a single song on this album I don't like. I still like A Place for My Head. Chess is screaming at the end when he's screaming "Get away from me," and like, just shut up, what? It's awesome. Like, A Place in My Head is awesome. That part is awesome. But I just felt that the beginning isn't fantastic and the chorus isn't brilliant. Like, the guitars are just, I felt, were a bit weird in A Place for My Head when Mike's rapping at the beginning. Not taking anything away from it again. I still love it. Like, it's still one I listen to quite often. You know, not one I just skip over because I don't like it. I still love it. But I'm just saying, it's if I had to give a least favourite on this album, it would probably be either this one or another one we'll get into in a minute. Actually, no, it probably wouldn't be my least favourite on the album, but it's definitely like not a standout one to me. When I'm thinking, oh, I want to listen to some music now, I'm not immediately thinking A Place in My Head. Like, it's usually one that I put on, but it's not like the one that's like I'm really so excited to put on. But yeah, again, like I said, nothing against A Place in My Head. It's just not up there in my favourites.
From the top to the bottom, the top I stop. At the core, I forgot. In the middle of my thoughts, taking far from my safety. Pictures there, the memory won't escape me. But why should I care? From the top to the bottom.
So next is one that when I first listened to it, I was a bit like, eh? But then as time went on, I've really grown into it and I love Forgotten now. It was maybe the just so abrupt start to the song that maybe put me off originally. There's like no introduction, it just goes straight for Chester screaming from the top to the bottom. And I'm like, whoa, like, whoa. But the chorus of the song is so awesome, just want to make that clear. Maybe when I went right away through Hybrid Theory first, if you'd asked me then, after I'd like gone right way through it, what my least favourite was, I would have said, oh, maybe Forgotten, or the one after this we'll talk about in a minute. But I probably would have said Forgotten for the ones with actual singing in. But now I probably wouldn't say Forgotten because I actually really do like it. I think maybe the abrupt start, I've got used to the abrupt start now, so it doesn't like proper like whoa me out anymore. It's just like, okay, Forgotten, you know, it's Forgotten now. And then Mike comes in with the fucking sick rap, like his rap in Forgotten is like some of his best rapping work in my opinion. And Chester's voice is awesome on this, like it's a great song. And I feel like that's something that is quite repetitive in Linkin Park, is the fact that when you first listen to one of their songs, you may be a bit like, this is okay. And then eventually, it really starts to grow on you, and then you're like, okay, actually this is a fucking banger. In fact, that is literally the whole of the 1000 Suns album. But then we'll talk about that when we actually get on to reviewing it. There isn't much else to say about Forgotten. It's one that I listen to, I say quite frequently, but I haven't actually listened to it that much recently. I haven't been listening to that one like excessively recently. But it's still definitely a good song. I'll probably listen to it actually after this video is finished. But yeah, it's definitely a good one.
Let's hear it for the great.
So the penultimate track on the album is Cure for the Itch, which is just a bit of Joe Hahn showing what he can do. Very impressive bit of work. If there was some way I could keep a tally of how many times I'd listened to each song on this album, Cure for the Itch would definitely be like right down there. Again, it's not bad, like I said, there's no bad songs in this album for me, but it's not my favourite. In fact, it's nowhere near my favourite. It's my least favourite on this album, Cure for the Itches. And I thought originally maybe it's like, oh, maybe I'm not that big of a fan of just the instrumentals, but Session on Meteora, the album after this, is fucking tune. I fucking love Session, but Cure for the Itch, you know, it's still good, just maybe not, for me, the better brilliant. Like, it's been a fair few months since I've last listened to Cure for the Itch, and for a while I actually just say like, I don't like that, you know, it's a bit weird. I think maybe originally I was turned off by the fact that there was just people coughing at the beginning. I was a bit like, what the fuck am I listening to? But it's another one of those songs that kind of grew on me, but not to the extent of I listen to it all the time. It's like to the extent of, yeah, it's alright. Yeah, that's all I can say about Cure for the Itch.
Why I never walked away, why I played myself this way. Now I see the testing me, pushes me away. Why
So the last track on the album, bar for the deluxe edition songs, which we'll talk about in a minute, is Pushing Me Away. Pushing Me Away is a huge fan favourite. As far from what I can tell, from what I've noticed from many of the Linkin Park fans I've talked to online and stuff, Pushing Me Away is always one like, oh, it's a fucking tune. I like it a lot. It's one that kind of just got boring for me quite quickly. Again, it's not a bad song. I probably like Pushing Me Away a little bit more than I like A Place in My Head. I'm not too sure. Those are kind of like equal. Like, don't ask me to start ranking Linkin Park songs because I always get like, I don't know, you know, like it's really difficult for me. Asking me to say whether I like A Place in My Head or Pushing Me Away more, I can't answer it honestly. Like I said, it's not a song that I skip over because I don't like it. It's one that I'll listen to, but it's I think that's what I can say.
And I give it all away, just to have somewhere to go to.
The unforgettable sound, bringing you up and taking you down, coming at you from every side, making the rhythm of rhyme.
So So the two bonus songs on the album is the songs My December and High Voltage, and both of them are fucking awesome. I kind of wish I had the deluxe edition in my house now instead of the standard version, because I had to find My December and High Voltage on Spotify. And My December was the first time we saw something more emotional from Linkin Park. Like, out of all of these songs on the album now, My December is a standout one because it's so much quieter and sadder than the other ones. It still has that Linkin Park feel with Joe scratching like so much during the song, and it's still got like a classic Chester performance except without the screaming, and Mike coming in with like the little bit of a rap on the bridge. But yeah, it's definitely a standout song, and in no way in a bad way, because it's fucking awesome. Like, I fucking love My December, and when I first heard it I was like, oh, I love this. Like, I'm someone who loves sad songs, right? Like, some of my favourite songs are sad songs, some of my favourite Linkin Park songs are sad songs. We'll go on to them when we start reviewing Minutes to Midnight, which is pretty much like just an onslaught of sad songs, apart from like 3 of them. That's why I really, really like it. And yeah, I feel like My December should be on the standard version because it's a good one. And they say like on the logo on the front of the of Hybrid Theory, it's got the soldier with the flag with butterfly wings, and it's supposed to show like the aggressive side of the band with like With You and Papercut and By Myself and all these screaming songs, and then you got the butterfly wings to show the softer side of the band with My December. It's a bit weird that My December is only released on the deluxe edition, the version that, you know, not on the standard version of it that most people have, because then it's all heavy songs on the standard version. There's no emotional ones, it's all heavy ones, and that's why I feel like My December was definitely good enough to be released on the standard version, and it's one I listen to quite frequently. It's one I really, really like, and yeah, not much else to say about it than that. The next deluxe edition song is High Voltage, which I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. So there's 2 different versions of High Voltage. There was one they released on the EP they did before the full debut album, and the one they released on the deluxe edition. And when I first heard High Voltage, it was the one they released on the EP, and I was like, not for me. Yeah, I really didn't like it. It had this weird robotic voice in it, and I did not like it one bit. But then there was this entirely different version on the deluxe edition that I didn't listen to, that I thought was the same song as that E1 on the EP, so I always stayed away from it thinking, I don't like that one that much. One day out of the blue I was just like, oh, I'll give it another chance, see if I like it. So I listened to the one on the deluxe edition, and I was like, oh wait, this is a lot different, and it's a fucking banger. It's just a fucking absolute tune. I definitely go for the deluxe edition because the 2 songs you get on with the deluxe edition are awesome, so, you know, yeah, it's definitely worth like going for it. But yeah, anyway, that's the whole of Hybrid Theory. I've been sitting here talking for fucking 45 minutes. I'm not too sure how long it's going to be after I cut it all down. So this is a very long video, and if you stuck through it right to the end, then you must be a Linkin Park fan. I really enjoy doing that, I'm not going to lie, because again, it was something I'm very, very interested in, so talking about that was like really cool for me. I'm definitely gonna be doing this more. I'm definitely doing this for, as I said, Meteora after this. I'm not too sure when. This depends when I get some free time, and I'll do it for Minutes to Midnight and 1000 Suns. I'm really, really excited for the one we're gonna do for 1000 Suns, because that is like the fucking, like, apart from One More Light, that's like the standout album in the collection. So that's what I really am I've got a lot to say about that album. A lot of positive things to say, maybe a few negative things to say about it as well. I love 1000 Suns, I can't wait to talk about that one. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it was a bit more chill than the other usual meme pieces of shit that I make, but I just wanted to make something chill. I'm not in the mood to just be all fucking energetic right now, I just want to chill out. That's what a lot of my videos are going to be from now on, because I feel like when I'm chilled out, we just get a bit more of like a cool experience. Not to say that I'm not going to be like staying completely away from all those type of like proper like energized videos, but it means I'll probably resort to this kind of video more often now. So I'll see you guys soon with another video. Yeah, thanks for watching. Peace out.